Hi, families. This is Michelle Fellens from Scranton Prep Admissions with a brief presentation about the admissions process. With just 2 weeks to go until the entrance exam, we felt it was important just to draw your attention to a couple of important dates and items, as well as access to your application and checklist. So dates, we have a recommended application deadline of Tuesday, November 26th. Obviously, it's not required, but we recommend this date because it ensures that your student will receive their exam packet prior to December 7th. The application is also the registration for the entrance exam. So in hopes that you put in your application by November 26th, you'll get a packet in the mail with details about the exam and also their exam room, which they would bring that form with them on the day of the test. The entrance exam is Saturday, December 7th at 9 a.m. You have a little breather after the exam, and I'm sure it'll be well-deserved. Then on January 17th, we require that transcripts and the teacher evaluation form are submitted online. So let's dive into how all of that is done. So the application, which is also the registration form, can be found with this link, or you can just go onto our website and click apply. If you've already attended one of our events, chances are you probably already have a portal account. If you've already completed the application, I will show you what the checklist will look like as well. So once again, we recommend completing this application by November 26th. This is what the first page of the student application will look like. There are several pages to it, so both parent and student should work together to complete it. And you'll see toward the end of this application where you select the entrance exam. If you feel like you're going to need a makeup date for the entrance exam, still select that date and then email us at admissions@scrantonprep.org, and we'll make sure to put you on the list for the makeup exam. We do not have that date yet. We will schedule it after December 7th. So just a couple of exam frequently asked questions. Arrival, we recommend arriving between 8:15 and 8:30, but we do say please be here no later than 8:45 so we can begin the exam promptly at 9 a.m. We say dismissal is approximately 12:30. We cannot say the exact time because of ensuring that we start right at 9 is not certain, and we have a couple of breaks. We can't determine for sure what the length of those are going to be. Students can dress casually, comfortably for that day, absolutely. All exam materials are provided, so you don't need to send them with any of that. We will provide pencils and scrap paper. They can't use calculators, so don't worry about that. But I do always say if you want to bring a water bottle or if your student might need a snack on one of the breaks, you can send them with those. Technology is not permitted during the exam. They can have their phones, but they must turn them off and teachers will collect them. That includes smartwatches. Parents are invited to stay for coffee and some breakfast. The bookstore will also be open during the exam. When you come for the exam, you'll enter through the Xavier Center doors. So that would be our gym and dining hall doorway. Students who qualify for extra time, please have your parents contact us and we will make sure that you're in a room that does provide time and a half for the entrance exam. Everyone wants to know when they're going to hear how they did. And of course they want to know that because you're working so hard. You should have your letters about 10 to 14 days after the exam. The letters will state what the next steps will be for your student. They will not include their performance profile. We hold those in their files here for when they have their interviews, and we review them at the interview and give them a copy. If you want a copy of their performance profile early, please contact us. We'd be more than happy to send it via mail or email. So once the application is done, the next time you log into the portal, you'll see the same link here as before. You'll be on the checklist page. This is where you do the transcript request. You can see circled at the top, circled in the middle there, transcript requests due January 17th, and you'll just click on that send request. You'll probably put in a principal or a guidance counselor, or whoever your school controls sending transcripts. And then a couple of tabs below that on the checklist is the teacher evaluation form. When you hit send request there, you'll be asked to send it to an email of a teacher who your son or daughter have had within the last year or two. You can also edit these requests, as you can see here next to teacher evaluation on the image. It says edit request or cancel request. You can do all sorts of things when you log back into your checklist. Then you're done. I mean, I know it probably seems like a lot up until this point, but really, once the exam is completed and you get your next steps, you've really done the vast majority of the work. The last step of the interview process, the last step of the admissions process is the interview. We begin those late January. We conclude them sometime in mid-March. You'll receive an email with a link to select a day and time for your student's interview. This is the official final piece of the admissions process. So afterward, your son or daughter will receive their final admissions decision letter. And if you've applied for financial aid, you'll receive that letter probably not long after that as well. But if you've made it to this point in the process and you're coming in for your interview, chances are that we've already established that you're academically ready to move to this phase. So be confident. This is my top advice for interviews. Always be confident. Don't be afraid to brag. You can be humble everywhere in your life, but definitely talk about your accomplishments during your interview. We love hearing about your academics, but we also love hearing about your interests, your activities, your service, your goals. Anything you want to share, that's a great opportunity for us to get to know you better. And don't forget to bring your questions because we're here to help you as well. And speaking of parents, please don't be confused at any point or nervous at any point. Call us. If you feel like you don't know what the next step is or how to navigate something with the application process, our job is to help make this a smooth process. So reach out, call, email. I'd be happy to even schedule a time for us to meet in person. Whatever makes this as smooth as it can be for you and your family. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you need anything, reach out, but I'm very much looking forward to working with you and your students in the coming weeks and months. Thank you.